Hello everyone. Today we're painting Custodes. I'm just going to call them Custodes from now on because it's too much effort to say Custodes. And it makes me feel self-conscious. So we're painting with wax today. It means have your white spirits, your turpentine, your mineral spirits. Or I guess isopropyl. Have that ready and an artificial brush. And we've gone in with the copper to start with. Now, my original intention was to hit it with copper and layer up through, I think, brass and then gold. But the brass didn't arrive for a while, so I was like, oh, I'm just going to do it. So I went copper then gold, and then I ended up just using, well, you'll see later on, won't you? So first of all, do that. And then look, it would be better if I put a wipe there, but for some reason it won't let me, so I'm just not gonna. You'll have this once you're done. Now with the wax paints, big tip, huge tip, huge tip is to let them dry. However, you can achieve a blend if you go straight in with the gold. Wax on wax. But it will look, well, what looks best is up to you, isn't it? Here comes the gold. Can you guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to do a heavy, it's not really a dry brush, but that's the technique I'm using, it's just dry brushing. Leave the recesses, copper coloured. Do you see? Do you see? My name is Michael Kane. Do you see? Do you see? Look. Hit me up in the comments if you've got any tips on filming and lighting metallic Space Marines, because it's a nightmare. And also while you're there, drop a like and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Those are the things that help a YouTube channel. And if you want to help this one, do that. Look, that's me showing you how much I use. I'll take a bit off, then I'll probably do that, brush it on my thumb. I don't want to go mental because I had all day. Do you know what I mean? And then you're going to have something that looks like this. Keeping it short and sweet for you now. So actually, this is what I ended up doing: is going over it with. Now, I went over it with the contrast snakebite leather, and initially I was only meaning to panel line with it, which is to target wash. But then I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to smash it on. Now the wax gives you a couple of options. If you just go over it once quickly, it's going to panel line itself because the wax doesn't like water, and it's going to repel the colour. You see that happening there in front of your very eyes. But if you're persistent and you keep doing it and you just use loads, and then obviously wick it up in different areas and things. So if you just glob it on, I'm sure there's a bit here where I'm just going to glob it on. I've had enough. See me trying to be all delicate? I ain't got time for that. I got a job. You know, I've got to manage a team. I manage like 20 people. They all got needs. They all want things from me. So I'm not doing that. So just glob it on mad, cover it the whole thing. Now, interestingly, I know I said I didn't intend to do this stage because of the paint not arriving, but if I did it all again, I'd do this again. I thought this was a much better thing, because then what I'm going to do after this is get the gold out, and that is going to be a very light dry brush. It takes 2 minutes. It's so quick, because the wax is it's kind of dry. It's not really dry. So it's super helpful, and then when you have this dry over the top of it, boom, you're done. It's easy. So I'll show you that as well. Like this! Now this is actually a relatively heavy dry brush, because it had browned up a lot. But it just looks like sort of aged gold. And I really like the effect you achieve. You can see what I'm doing there. See the way I'm holding the brush as well when you're dry brushing? Holding it basically all the way at the back, like a true artiste, and then goldening back up. Now remember, it's up to you how much you do or don't do this. And the next steps was just pull out the steel. That's a true metallic metal steel by AK Interactive. It's a mouthful. And then that was a super light and super targeted dry brush of that. So here you go. That's the steel colour, and really just the light. The trick to doing it light with the wax is to make sure there's basically nothing on the brush, like a proper dry brushing. When you're putting it on to actually paint the model, obviously you load up the brush a fair amount compared to a dry brushing. And that's it. I won't waste your time and show you how the whole painting the red and stuff, because you don't need that. It's just really an armour tutorial. You know how to paint red, and I've learned that you guys don't like long videos, so here's the finished model coming up in a second. I say finished, there's a couple of bits on the back I didn't finish because I forgot all about them, and then I was filming and recording and editing, and I'm like, am I going to go and finish that lastly there? So that's me noticing. Let's be going, for fuck's sake. Need to finish the fucking pommel. Couldn't be asked. Doesn't matter. Like, comment, rate and subscribe, guys. Does everyone good.
That's like
Does everyone good.
30-minute Custodes.
You make a little blind boy happy.
The armour is done in 5
Bye.
minutes, so enjoy it. Goodbye, everyone.